Selling your house is a lot like science. It takes a little bit of art in the process, but we can really boil it down to making it a refined science. Let's take a look at some of the most effective strategies that help you prepare your home to sell and get it sold. My name is Andrew Finney, and my passion is helping you make sense of real estate. If you need help finding a top agent near you, or if you simply want to drop me a line to say hello, my contact info is below. If you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel now and like this video. Thank you. All right, my friend, you might be wondering, why is it a little bit like science and art to sell a house? Well, the science portion comes into the analyzation of the different comparable sales in the area, what the market's trends, indicators, and conditions are, or normally what I just like to call what makes the market tick, TIC, trends, indicators, and conditions. That's kind of the science portion from a bird's eye view. So what's the art portion? The art portion has more to do with human interaction, human engagement, and how we as humans think and view a property. So we're obviously talking now about the staging in the presence of the home. So when we combine the art and we combine the science, we can form 5 winning strategies for you that are very easy for you to take on today. The first thing you want to do is to prepare your home before going on the market to appeal to as many home buyers as possible. When we're considering about appealing to as many home buyers as possible, what are we talking here? Let's neutralize the house, depersonalize, declutter the house, and let's get it looking and smelling right. Smell plays a very critical role in the sale of a house. Please don't minimize that. Doing so is not a good idea. So we want to make sure that we have that neutral palette out for the buyer. They can see themselves living in there, and we want to showcase what we call FAB. FAB being another acronym for the house's features, amenities, and benefits. By showcasing your house, we can help attract as many home buyers as possible to get your home exposed and ultimately resulting in getting you the winning offer you're going to be happy with. The second thing you want to do is to find the right real estate agent for you. Now, what does this mean exactly? I mean, I would love to be able to tell you that all real estate agents are created equally, but that's just not the case. Just like in any other profession, you have those people that just really up the ante and they're really passionate about what they do, and you can feel it coming off of them that they're really are concerned about the entire process and making sure everything goes along smoothly no matter what the occupation may be. Now, you yourself might be just like that, and you yourself may appreciate working with somebody like that as well when it comes to our biggest investment known as our home. So when we're thinking about that, we gotta find the right agent for you to help out. How can we do that? Fortunately, Google makes this very easy by simply typing in an agent's name. A possible keyword search would sound something like Andrew Finney Realtor or Andrew Finney Las Vegas, Andrew Finney Las Vegas Real Estate Agent. You get the idea here. Any one of those search combos will work. You don't have to use my name unless you're in Las Vegas, right? But when you're researching the agent, you ultimately do want to do just that by Googling the agent. When you Google that agent, what do we want to look for? We want to look for their online exposure. If you have an agent in a marketing plan saying, hey, we can expose your house to millions of people, we can expose your house to here and there, that's great. But if you can't expose yourself on the internet, we have a problem. Because if you don't know how to expose yourself on the internet, how are you going to expose a house on the internet short of the multiple listing service being syndicated to whatever sites they may be syndicating to? So having said that, it's extremely important then to dive deep into the agent's ratings, reviews, and past sales performance. This is something I see people failing to do too often, and it costs them huge amounts of money. Please get this right for you and find the agent that's right for you to work with. The third thing you want to do is to do your homework. Part of doing your homework means that we need to get all your ducks in a row and ready to go. When we're considering getting all of your ducks in a row and we're thinking about what you need to get done, well, let's think about this for a moment. What we can do is we can go ahead and order your resale package if you live in an HOA, which are your covenants, codes, and restrictions. We can go ahead and knock out a home pre-listing inspection and make the necessary repairs suggested by the home inspector. We can then take that and make it available to your listing agent to be provided to prospective buyers so everything is transparent and they know the repairs are already done. So we can do these things up front. When we're doing our homework, we also want to go through any of your list of improvements. What improvements have you made to that property? And do you have the receipts? This is where the importance of having a homeowner journal comes into play. By keeping track of that over time, it's extremely easy just to get a binder and start putting all these receipts and stuff into it and then label it out. It'll give you perspective as far as your overall renovation calendar, your renovation budget that you put into that house, but it'll also give you the proof and verification of what it cost, who performed the work, should you need to call them back out, or in the case of selling a home, to help justify the price if there's a question of price in the mind's eye of an appraiser to see what they're going to do with that information. This is doing your homework. This is critically important, and this is something you want to do before you get ready to go on the market. Ideally, you and your trusted real estate advisor will be planning out the selling process of your home anywhere between 3 and 12 months in advance of going on the market. Doing so keeps you from being in a rush, keeps you from being in a bind, and sets you up for success. The fourth thing that you want to do is to price your home right from the beginning. Now you might be saying, Andrew, aren't you a real estate agent? Yes, I am in Las Vegas, Nevada. Thank you for asking. At the same time, you might be saying, Andrew, don't all agents say that you should be priced at fair market value? It depends on the agent. Some will tell you what you want to hear as a seller, like, hey, I think we'll get $1 million for your home, even though no homes around you are selling for $1 million. I think your home is that fantastic. Okay, that's not a good thing. To be honest and to keep it real, yes, you always want to keep your home priced right out of the beginning of going on the market at the correct fair market value price. The reason being is that it'll set you up to minimize the pain and maximize your profit. Want to say that again. You're going to minimize the pain and maximize the profit by setting yourself up from the beginning with the right list price. Why is that exactly? That's because your home, whenever it goes on the market, is going to experience its biggest jolt, its biggest appeal to the majority of buyers within weeks 1 through 5. If you're able to minimize the pain of showings, you're able to minimize the pain of having all those people in your house, you can maximize your profit as they start cranking out offers. But you can't get there unless we've done what? Price it right. Now, I want you to consider to yourself, when you see a home on the market and you see the price, if you think it's overpriced, do you even want to go buy and check it out? Highly likely that you don't. So what appeals to you the most? Those homes that you think, hey, you know what? I can see that being a good price for that home and I want to check it out. Because if you're thinking that, guess who else is thinking that? Other buyers in your market. So when it comes time to sell your home, we want to make sure that we're getting it right out of the gate. Best way to do that is to have an upfront and honest conversation with your trusted real estate advisor. The fifth thing that you want to do is to keep your emotions in check. Now, this one can sometimes be easier said than done, especially depending on how long you've lived in this house and how many emotions and attachments you have to this house. Speaking from experience, even as a real estate agent, whenever I sold my house to buy the house I live in presently, it was very difficult letting go of that first house. It was more difficult than I anticipated. I thought, okay, this is great. It's going to serve its purpose. It was a great home, loved it, renovated it, made it really good, knew that it was going to maximize the profit over time in this house. That would help me get on to the other house where I really wanted to be at, right? But letting go of that house was so much more difficult than I planned on. So how did I keep my emotions in check? I kept my emotions in check by writing down the reasons I wanted to sell the house. I wanted to write down how it's going to impact my life by selling that house and being able to move to my next destination. By keeping that in mind and keeping that in focus, it made it a little bit easier. On the last day, right before closing, when I had the cleaners come in and clean the house for the new buyers after they left, nobody really knows this, by the way, I went into the house and simply made my peace, thanking the house for all of the time, all of the years of enjoyment that it gave me, the shelter it provided me, and the love that I experienced in those walls underneath that home's roof. I literally did that just to thank the house and to put positive mojo into the home for the new prospective buyers. If that's something that helps you to make peace with your decision, please do it. Home selling can be just as emotional as home buying, but by keeping our emotions in check, by knowing why we want to sell and how it's going to impact our life moving forward, helping us achieve our goal, will give us crystal clear clarity moving forward. Okay, so now let's talk about how to price your home to sell and 21 hard facts you want to know about selling a house. Looking forward to our next conversation. We'll see you in a few.